Here we have an endpoint, right, that allows me to retrieve all the quizzes. But what if I want just one particular quiz, right? Maybe I want the quiz with the ID of 234. So following a RESTful API would be something like /123, and it would return that particular quiz. But that's not implemented, so let's implement it next, right? I guess we don't need this like that. Let's go back to the, there we go. Let's look at the code. So let's implement an endpoint, right, that is going to respond to a URL that has that format, right, /API/quizzes, followed by the ID of that particular quiz that we want, right? So to do that, basically we want to define a path variable, a variable that is embedded in as part of the URL. So to do that, we use the notation : and then the name of the variable, right, of how we want to name it, right? So in this case, it might be, quiz ID or something like that, right? So here we're still going to have the request and response, and what we want to do here is, take that same array, and then maybe find the specific object that matches the ID of this parameter that we're passing as a path variable. So it'll be something like send back, right, the quiz whose ID matches this quiz ID, right? Something like, grab the quizzes, find from the quiz the one whose quiz ID underscore ID matches this quiz ID parameter that is being passed as a path variable, right? So to do that, right, we need to access this variable, and the way we do it is that, remember, everything that's coming from the client, right, is part of the request. Everything's embedded in that request object. Okay, what Express does, right, is that it parses all that information and puts it in an API that we can then access through requests. So to get the path variable, what it does is that it parses it and it creates a map, and the map, very commonly is called params. So we could do request.params, right? And then it's a map. And then we can say, well, which one do we want? In this case is the quiz ID. We can use that name of the path variable to retrieve the value. Let's split this up maybe into 2 lines. There you go. And maybe split that into this line over here. All right, so it's gonna filter, right? It's gonna find the quiz whose ID matches, right? And it's gonna return that one object. So okay, let's try it out. Let's restart the server, and from the browser, let's now refresh. And indeed, notice that now we do have that one quiz, and I can ask, quizzes 234, 345, right? And I can get each one quiz individually.